have a teensy-weensy little favor to ask. Hi. I was just thinking about you the other day. I haven't heard from you in a while. What's up? I know it's kind of sudden, but I was wondering if I could move in with you. To my parents' house. Why? Are you being evicted again? Tell my brother to fork out for a nice place this time. I can't stand the thought of you living in that crap hole of an apartment. No, but I've always thought we'd be great roommates, and my husband is still living miles away for work, so I just thought it makes sense that we combine forces. My family lives here. There's no room for you and my brother to move in here. Sorry. Why are you asking and not Duncan? And anyway, I thought you hated living with other people. I remember you moaning about other people's bad habits when you were in university. There wasn't a day that went by without you texting me complaining about your filthy slob roommates. I'll never forget the story you told me about garbage all over the floor and finding a dead kitten on a dinner plate under some newspapers. Yeah, but that was when I was younger. But the older I get, the more I've come to think that living with others is a good idea. Duncan and I want to raise our children in a big family environment. It takes a village to raise a child, as the saying goes. This village doesn't have any spare rooms. It's just you three and your mother, right? It would be pretty easy to fit in one more person. Little old me. I won't cause any fuss, I promise. It's just not possible. This place only has 4 rooms and they are all being used. That's okay. I can sleep in the living room. You've got that folding sofa that turns into a bed, right? I remember sleeping there that time we got hammered watching the Super Bowl. Where you sleep isn't the problem. Have you talked to my brother about this? Yeah. He agrees with me that it would be good if we all lived together. I bet you he's just thinking about the rent money that he won't have to pay. He was always like that. Even when we were kids. Mom would give us $1 to buy candy, and he would put his straight into his piggy bank and then try to take my candy. Anyway, I'll ask him. No, you don't have to. I'm telling you, it was a joint decision, so just believe me, okay? Letting you move in here or not is a big decision. I can't just say yes or no on my own. I'll call him and talk it through. But realistically, I just don't think it will work. My mother has her room. Malcolm and I have a room. Nikki has her own room, and the 4th is full of Malcolm's work stuff. There isn't room for another person. I'll talk to Duncan, but don't get your hopes up, okay? So, that's a yes? I can start sending my things over? I've rented a truck for the day after next. Are you listening to me? I said I'd talk it over with my family. Nothing has been decided yet, and you can't just start moving your things in. There is almost no chance my mother and husband will agree, so it doesn't really matter what my brother thinks. Why not? We're all family, right? It doesn't matter. I know you are family, but it's just impossible. You need to understand that. Well, impossible or not. I'm moving in on Wednesday, so could you try and convince your mom and Malcolm? No. I just asked my mother, and she is dead against it. She didn't need any time to think about it. It's totally out of the question, she said. No, you'll have to stay where you are or find another place. Living here is not an option. Well, you say that, but I'm moving in. It's already decided. I've packed everything, and now all that's left is to pack the truck and move my things to your place. Mom will understand, I'm sure of it. You're not listening to me. I feel sorry for you that my brother is so far away. I get that you're lonely and you are always welcome to come and hang out. Nikki loves it when you come over. I'm just saying that living here is not possible. Can you understand that? Yeah, so I'll be there on Wednesday. Dude, you aren't hearing me. You cannot move in here. Good morning. The truck is loaded and ready to go. I'll see you soon. It was a real mission getting everything into the truck. Bob from next door gave me a hand. Hey, is Malcolm there? He's going to have to help me unload when I get there. Duncan's drum kit was a real pain to load, let me tell you. He never uses it, but won't let me sell it. We'll just have to put it in Malcolm's office for now. What are you talking about? Did you forget? Today's the day I'm moving in. We'll be roommates finally. Just like we talked about when we were younger. Oh, I can't wait! We are going to have so much fun. No, nobody has agreed to this. I was very clear when I told you. You cannot move in here. Nobody has allowed it. In fact, Mom threw a glass against the wall when I told her you wouldn't listen. Once I've moved in, she'll be fine. We'll all get along like a house on fire. How can I make this any clearer? We don't want to live with you, okay? You're making this really awkward. And I called my brother. He tells me you guys got divorced some time ago. So what the hell is going on? Why are you trying to move in here to your ex-husband's family home? Huh? What gives, Caroline? Oh, you asked him. Yes, I did. My brother should have told us you guys had broken up, but that doesn't explain what you are trying to pull. What's gotten into you? How on earth did you think we would accept you into our home? I've arrived outside. Can you let me in? No, you can't come in. You need to drive that truck back to your house. What? No way! Just open the door already. Can you stop messing around? It's cold out here and I've only got this truck until this afternoon. You're the one messing around. I've told you I don't know how many times. You cannot move in here. It's impossible. Turn around and go home. Why the hell do I have to let my brother's ex-wife live with us? I'm beginning to think you've got a screw loose. Did the divorce drive you mad? Stop making things more difficult. You're just complicating the matter. Let me in, damn it. This is really stressing me out. Look, I need to move in. It's been a tough year. That's no reason to impose on us. You'll have to talk it out with Duncan. You can't live here. Come on, Amy. Give me a break. I've got nowhere else to go. Everything I own is in this truck. If you don't let me in, I'm going to break a window and let myself in. I'm calling the police. This is too much. You've lost the plot, Caroline. I was trying to be nice and tell you calmly, but you've left me with no choice. You can't threaten to smash a window and force your way in. What? Don't call the cops. Why would you do that? You're threatening violence and unlawful entry. Of course I'm going to call the police. Who wouldn't? It's illegal to smash someone's windows for a start. It's just a figure of speech. I wasn't really going to break a window. Come on, Amy. You know me. I'm beginning to think I don't. The Caroline I know wouldn't behave as crazily as you are acting. Sorry for scaring you. I wasn't going to actually do it, I promise. This isn't something you can just apologize for. You need to turn that truck around and get out of here before the police arrive. I'd drive to the next state if I were you. I don't have any other choice. You'd do the same if you were in my position. Duncan told me I had to get out of our old place or he'd have the police forcibly remove me for squatting. Of course he did! He told me you had some other guy move in with you. All the while my poor brother was paying the rent. Who wouldn't kick you out and divorce you? I was lonely. So was he! But his company sent him to Nebraska with the promise of a promotion if he worked hard for 2 years. And how do you repay his hard work? By shacking up with some other guy? It's no wonder he kicked you out. He canceled the contract on the apartment. I don't have anywhere to go. Can't you make room for just one more person? I'm homeless. If you don't let me stay with you, I don't know what will happen. It's a big house. I won't take up much space. I said no before, but now after witnessing your true colors, I'm even more determined. You will never set foot in this house again. And don't try to talk to my husband or daughter again either. You've lost your mind if you think I'd ever let the cheating ex-wife of my brother live with us. It's never going to happen. Details. We are friends, right? The moving company needs the truck back this afternoon. I need to unload everything, then drive back across town. Can you open the door and have Malcolm come out and help me? Hurry up. The neighbors are starting to stare at me. The police will be here any minute. I think it would be best if you weren't here when they arrive. That's such overkill! This has nothing to do with the police. It's between you and me. It became a matter for the police when you refused to leave and threatened to break windows. They'll arrest you for unlawful behavior, threatening violence, and refusal to go away. You just made those up. I've watched enough cop shows on TV to know they aren't real crimes. Anyway, what am I supposed to do with all my things? Just leave them on your lawn? If I don't get this truck back to the moving company by 3 p.m., I'll be charged for another day's rental. I'm pushing the doorbell. Can't you hear me? Open the door! You've got to be kidding me! Never in a million years! I don't know this Caroline, and I don't want to. Are you so far gone that you can't see straight? You are making a big nuisance of yourself, and you are about to be taken into police custody. What am I supposed to do with my damn belongings? I have no idea. You can leave them at the city dump for all I care. You're just not putting them in our house. Seriously, what should I do with them? Take them to your boyfriend's house. Give them to charity. Set fire to them. I don't give a damn. I didn't know you could be so mean. This isn't the Amy I know and love. Come on, girl, we're besties. Remember all the good times we had together? I'm really reaching my limit here. If I crack, I won't be held responsible for what happens. You selfish cow! Don't come near me or anyone in my family ever again. And don't text or call me either. We are finished as friends. Maybe one day you'll see how ridiculous you're being. I hope the police lock you up in a cold, dark cell. That should give you some time to think about how crazy you have been. And for the last time, I'm not letting you in. So give up and go home. My boyfriend doesn't have a house, or a job, or a car, or a family for that matter. I need somewhere to put my things. I can't tell my parents. If they find out I was cheating on Duncan, they'll disown me. I always felt they liked him more than their own daughter. If they even found out he divorced me, they'd probably disown me. Oh, that's bad timing then. I asked my brother to contact your parents and tell them what was happening. You did what? Ah, Jesus, Amy! I don't know why you didn't tell them. You need to call them and explain what is going on. Beg them to take you in. They won't. And now that Duncan has told them everything, I doubt they'll ever talk to me again. I'm ruined. I couldn't give a damn about that. Just get out of here before the police arrive. Stop trying to force your problems onto my family. We have nothing to do with your troubles. I'm sorry, Amy. I have nowhere else to turn. I'm going to be homeless. But can I just leave my things with you? If I'm honest, it was all Duncan's fault. What the? Now what? He was in Nebraska. He only came home occasionally. I was lonely. So I started to look for comfort. I only had the affair because I was so lonely. Why are you telling me this? You don't have to, can't justify your behavior. Even if you were lonely, you can't blame this on my brother. You knew what you were getting into when you got married. And anyway, you're divorced now, right? You can't use my brother as an excuse. You aren't part of this family anymore. Right now, we just want you to leave. I don't have anyone else I can ask. I really have nowhere to go. You know, this would have gone a lot better if you had just said that in the first place. We were friends, but you've completely destroyed that. Can't you show a little sympathy? I really need a friend right now. If it had been my brother who had an affair, I might have had some compassion towards you. I might have even sided with you, taken you in. But that's not what happened. My brother may be an idiot, but he's not the one who cheated. You are 100% to blame for this. And you had ample chances to stop it, too. But you didn't. And now we are here, with you on my doorstep and the police only minutes away. It looks like the police have arrived. Amy, wait! You can't just turn your back on me! We were best friends! I'm your sister! Not anymore. I don't want anything to do with you. I know we had some good times together, but that's all in the past. Please don't ever call or text me again. You can't be serious! After all we've been through! Come on, Amy! Please? We were family! Don't do this to me! I told you simply and clearly from the start that you couldn't move in here. Why didn't you understand that? If you had, we wouldn't be in this mess. If you think about it, if you'd listened to me from the outset, nobody would have known about your affair. For whatever reason, Duncan didn't tell us. Maybe he was ashamed of what had happened. I don't know. But you have exacerbated the situation. And now we have you threatening to smash windows. The police are here, by the way. You need help, Caroline. I hope you get it. You're a horrible person. I needed help and you just ignored it. I had no option but to ask my sister-in-law for help and you turned your back on me. I meant no harm. I just needed a place to stay for a while. You meant no harm? What you are doing is punishable in court. Get the hell off my property. You need help. I hope a spell in jail helps you think straightly again. My brother says his lawyer is going to be calling you today. You see? You don't have any allies in this. You need to get the hell away from here. Now! What should I do with my things? The truck is full of stuff. I'll be charged for another day if I don't take the truck back. You are about to be arrested and you are worried about paying late fees? You really don't have any money, do you? Did you spend it all on your boyfriend? Come on, Amy, please. Tell the cops it is all a misunderstanding. I'm done with you. You're on your own. Good luck, Caroline. After that, Caroline was taken into police custody. Her possessions were held for a while by the moving company. Apparently, her parents covered the costs, but that was the last contact they ever had with her. She had no other option but to work in seedy bars at night to pay off her debts. She seems to have just disappeared into the night. No one knows what happened to her after that. She hasn't been seen for months. Rumor has it, you can find her if you go deep into the red light district of town.
Cindy! Hey, Cindy! Are you ignoring me on purpose? Where did you go? Cindy!
Hi, Farah. What is it with all the messages? What do you want now?
There you are! I was just wondering when you were going to get out of our neighborhood. You see, it's really time you left us alone.
What do you mean, when are you going to get out? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying put right here, Farah. Is that a problem for you?
A problem? Well, of course it's a problem. And it's not going to be a problem for just me, but for everyone here.
Who says?
We all want you out of here. What good will a poor old hag do for this wonderful neighborhood? You're only ruining our entire reputation.
What did you just call me?
An old hag? Look, poor people aren't nothing but detrimental to this promised land. Don't you agree?
Promised land? Oh, that's big. I wouldn't go that far if you're talking about this neighborhood. Especially if pests like you are living in it.
Oh my God, just listen to that filth coming out of your mouth. That's all the more reason for you to get out and leave us alone.
Weren't you the one who called me an old hag? I don't think I'm the one with a filthy mouth here. And give me one good reason as to why I should ever do what you say.
Because I care about this neighborhood. I want to keep it safe from poverty-stricken lowlives like you. Why do you even exist? You don't even have the right to breathe the air that we do.
And who do you think you are? You have absolutely no right to tell me what to do, Farah.
I think that you'll find that I can say whatever I want to whoever I want, and whenever I want. Thank you very much.
Farah, look, listen, I understand if we, meaning me and my son, did something to upset you, but as far as we are concerned, we've done nothing wrong. What exactly do you think we did to you? Why are you this spiteful to us?
Good question. Well, let's see. Aside from the fact that you are broke as hell, well, here's one. You stink!
What the heck?
Just like those beggars you see sitting on the side streets on some drenched cardboard boxes downtown.
Well, if you want to know, I use a great fabric detergent to wash our clothes, so me and my son smell just fine. Or what, Farah? Do you mean that it's too strong for your liking? Oh, miss, I'm so high maintenance?
I'm just saying you guys are both gross. I'm telling you, on behalf of this entire neighborhood, to just leave this place, okay? Why would people like you come and sneak in to live in an upscale neighborhood like this anyway? We're all talking about how you must have smuggled yourselves in here, you know?
Well, it's always nice to know that people are talking about you behind your back, isn't it? And don't you think you're being out of line by judging us like that?
But it's all true, isn't it? I only talk about what's true, Cindy. I'm not interested in lies.
You don't know the first thing about our financial status, so what makes you think you know what's true? What do you know? I heard from the other moms that you've been telling them about how poor I am, too. Don't you think that's just crazy to spread rumors about me like that?
Oh, please. I just know what my community likes and doesn't like. No one likes poor people. I'm only trying to save us from one less poor family to deal with. Oh, and by the way, I guess you might have noticed the broken mailbox outside your house. That was a success, huh?
What? Wait a minute. So that was you? I did have a hunch that it could be you.
What? Oh, no. I never said it was me, did I? I just saw it and thought, oh, poor little Cindy, somebody broke her mailbox. I never said it was me. Geez, jumping to conclusions much?
Funny that, because it looks like only someone as childish as you would do something as childish as that.
Oh, well, the bottom line is that it's broke. Poor thing. Now you're going to have to replace it, right? I don't suppose you have the money for it. I bet you don't. Poor you. You don't even have the money to afford a new mailbox. Trust me, I'm crying for you deep down inside.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who else did it?
How should I know? But it's scary to think that someone could do that, huh? Gosh, you just reminded me to be more careful with mine.
I'm still convinced that it was you, Farah. You said it was a success earlier, so whatever that meant, I take it as you being behind it. You did it. You know that's considered a crime here, right? Destruction of property could cost you a hefty price, Farah.
I told you it wasn't me. You're trying to intimidate me, aren't you? I can see what you're trying to do, you know. I'm not scared of you. Why would I be intimidated by a low-life weirdo? I told you, I'm just trying to make this place a safer place to live. Call it my duty to fumigate this neighborhood.
Fumigate? You're so damn rude. What is wrong with you? Last time I checked, I thought we lived in a free country where we can all choose where we want to live. Who gives you the right to decide who lives here and who doesn't?
Well, we absolutely don't want poor, single moms like you living here or anywhere near our children.
Ah, so here comes the truth. You've got something against single moms, huh?
And now you're finally catching on. That's right. Single-parent families don't belong in this neighborhood.
Well, you can hate me all you want, Farah. Be judgmental and be critical and see if I care. But don't try to oust me from this neighborhood based on that.
But how do you think that we would feel with someone like you around here? I'm already scared knowing that you're across the road from where I live. What if you come in to rob and steal our things? I mean, we have a solid home security system, so don't go thinking that you can just barge into my house, okay?
That's crazy. I would never rob anyone. Are you crazy?
Just do us all a favor and leave, will you?
If anything, don't you think that me and my son should be the ones scared of you? We're the ones who had our mailbox damaged. We're the ones with our neighbor yelling at us to move out of town.
Like I said, I don't like it when poor people live in the same area as me. So leave.
Why do you think we're so poor? What evidence are you basing this on? We live a perfectly normal life and can afford things that we need. We might not be living in luxury, but we don't even want to. Why do you care so much about other people's status?
It's not that I care so much. In fact, it's the opposite. I don't care. I just want you out.
There's no point in trying to reason with you, is there?
Look, all I'm saying is that you're a single mom with no husband to support you. And with no husband, you have no income. With no income, you are poor. You are poor. So get out.
You have no right to talk to me like that, Farah. You have no right. Take it back. If you must know, my husband died from cancer, and whether or not I'm widowed should have nothing to do with you or anyone.
Well, my husband is a doctor. You can't beat that now, can you? Ha!
Yes, we all know that your husband is a renowned doctor. Who haven't you told at this point? But that's just about your husband's achievements, isn't it? It's not about you at all. That just goes to show how little you have to say about your own success, don't you think? If anything, I would have thought that you would be embarrassed by it.
By what?
By boasting about your husband's success because you don't have any to show for yourself.
Well, no, darling, why would I be? I'm the one who he chose to get married to. He decided to make me his wife. In other words, a doctor chose me to marry him. Isn't that quite the achievement? Oh, but you wouldn't know. You're just well, let's face it. You're just you, aren't you?
You really need to shut your mouth. Nobody is impressed by what you say about your husband being a doctor. No one gives a donkey about what you or your husband does. So anyway, why don't you just friggin' admit it?
Admit what?
Isn't it time for you to admit that you really were the one who broke our mailbox?
Not this again.
In fact, were you the one who threw those stones through our window?
That was also you, wasn't it? Honey, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're just dumb as a post.
No, you're dumb as a post, and you'll see why soon enough, Farah.
Well, there won't be a soon, Cindy. I won't let my children go anywhere near your son. I don't want them to bring home any of your poor habits they might have picked up off of him.
How dare you bring my son into this? You've crossed the line with that one. Don't think you can play smart with me, Farah.
Play smart? What do you mean? Don't you mean that I am smart? 'Cause you know that I am, right? So no can do, right? My husband is a doctor, which means I get to decide who lives around me or not.
If I recall, you were the one who moved in after me. I moved in way before you did. So, do you still think you can decide who lives here or not? Because if you do, you're seriously deranged.
Of course I do.
Well, here's something for you to remember tonight. What you did is grounds for me to file a complaint. I'm going to report you for breaking and entering and property damage. Just because your husband is a doctor, that doesn't mean you can get away with the law.
The law? Excuse me, but I make the laws around here. I am the law.
Wow, you are definitely deranged. Something must be wired differently up there in your head.
Poor people don't have the right to do or say anything, especially not around me. So, speaking of admitting to things, why don't you admit that you're not fit for this neighborhood, huh? Single moms leave. Single moms leave. Single moms leave. That's what we'll be chanting outside your door if you don't leave, Cindy. No space for losers. No space for losers. Oh, that one might have a better ring to it, though. That's a tough one to decide between.
So, I'm a loser too now, huh?
Yep, I'm the gorgeous celebrity around here who has a doctor as her husband. And you're just a Mrs. No One, okay?
Well, if you didn't know already, which I assume you didn't, let me tell you one thing. I am the director at the hospital.
What now?
I can see that you and your husband don't do a lot of talking, huh?
What are you talking about now, honey?
Like I said, I am the director of the hospital that your husband works at. Didn't you know?
That's total nonsense. Is this what happens to poor people like you? Become cuckoo?
I won't have you talk about single parents like that. How shallow and narrow-minded of you to associate single parents as low-income earners, especially when you have never worked a day in your life. How dare you look down on people like that when you have no flipping right?
What has gotten into you all of a sudden?
I'm not here to play games with you anymore, Farah. I'm sick of your stupid little games. You break into my property, you not only belittle me, but my son too, and we have both done nothing to you. And all the while not knowing that I'm your husband's boss? Who's the one with the authority here now, huh, Farah?
What? No, that's really not true. Is it?
My husband used to be the director at the hospital, but as I told you, he passed away, so I took over to become the next director. We're both doctors.
Don't make me laugh. You're a woman.
And what? Just because I'm a woman, it doesn't mean that I can't be a director at a hospital. Is that what you're saying? And Farah, just because you couldn't achieve anything in life, that's not because you are a woman. It's most likely because you're incompetent and a bad person.
What? No. How could you be so mean to me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I only talk about the truth here. Remember when you said those words to me? It would be nice if I could just leave it as you being incompetent, right? Well, it's too bad that it only gets worse from here. You're not only incompetent and a terrible, awful person, but you've also committed petty crimes, which makes you a criminal too.
Oh, come on. A criminal? Me? All I did was break something that was already broken.
If you're talking about my mailbox, that was not broken. How do you explain my windows then? Either way, I've already filed a complaint now. Yes, I did it while I've been texting you.
You did? Cindy, why are you getting so mad about something so small? Why don't you calm down and drink some tea? That should calm you down. Look, I never knew you were my husband's boss. I just thought you were a poor single mom. I admit what I said was rude, but look, I admit to them now, okay? I'll be nicer to you. So, truce?
Oh, you must be joking. Truce? After all the insults you threw at me? No, Farah. Crimes were committed, regardless of how petty they were, and I'm only doing what's right by reporting them. I wouldn't want a criminal in my neighborhood.
Yes, but you see, I'm not a criminal, and filing a report is taking it too far, right? I never meant to do that anyway. I mean, it was never intentional, you know? It's not like I meant to hurt you on purpose, okay?
And is that the best you can come up with? Try harder, Farah. And don't worry, I'll make sure that your husband finds out about every speck of detail that he needs to know. He should be on his night duty tonight, right?
No, don't bring him into this, Cindy.
I have everyone's schedule on what we call a master schedule, you see. I know exactly where your husband is right now.
No, Cindy, wait!
Imagining your husband's reaction, are you? Well, if I were you, I'd be worried too.
Well, if you know, then stop this. What's the point in telling my husband?
If I were you, I would be prepared for whatever he might tell you. Let's see, he might tell you to finally get a job and know what it's like to earn your own money. He might even kick you out of the house. What else might he say? I'd start packing my things now, just in case.
That's crazy. I'll have nowhere to go if I don't live here. This is my house. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so of course I don't have any income.
And to think that you were trying to oust me from this neighborhood when you don't even know the first thing about living on your own. That's real rich, Farah. Some hypocrite you are.
I'm really sorry, Cindy. Really. I never meant to talk down on you and treat you like an actual poor person, and I will admit that maybe I did get a bit too carried away about the fact that I'm a doctor's wife. But see, I do feel guilty now. I'm sorry if I was rude, Cindy.
Oh, you've been rude enough to me, Farah. I guess the police will take it from here. I'll let them decide what kind of punishment they think is appropriate.
No, Cindy, that's why I'm saying sorry to you like this. Let's not get the police involved. Please, let's keep it between the two of us.
No, but I'd be prepared to pay for some fines, Farah. For my mailbox, then for my windows. Oh, and the tremendous amount of emotional damage you've caused for me and my son.
What? Fines? Emotional damage?
Of course. My son and I are so hurt by you. Anyway, you're always gloating over how poor we are and boasting about your own wealth. What's there to worry about? The fine should be chump change for you, right?
Yeah, but that's still my husband's money.
Speaking of your husband, he's been very apologetic to me since I told him about what's been happening.
I can't believe you told him. I told you not to.
At least he seems remorseful.
I am too. Honest, Cindy, I really am. Cindy, please.
By the way, we also made a deal which you should probably know about.
A deal? What deal?
Well, the thing is, I was going to fire your husband, you see.
No, please don't.
Right, he said the same thing, so I offered him my little proposal.
What's that?
That provided you pay for every fine you get, I won't fire him.
What does that mean?
Meaning that your husband won't be paying a single dollar for what you owe me. You need to pay for all the damages you've caused here.
But I don't have a job.
Well, what to do now, huh? Oh, and he did mention a divorce too, but I'll let you guys settle that since it's none of my business.
A divorce? What? What did he say?
Oh, nothing much, just how he wants nothing to do with you, and he's had enough of you. He wants a divorce, blah, 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 something boring like that.
What? No, please tell me that's not true. I can't handle paying anything with my own money. I always use my husband's credit card. Don't tell me he's going to stop me from being able to use it.
Ooh, lots more to figure out, huh? You did make your own bed, Farah. Now you just have to lie in it and pay for it yourself. Remember how you were trying to force me to move out of this neighborhood? Well, now it looks like you might be the one moving out of this so-called promised land, huh? Farah has been a problematic neighbor ever since she moved in. She causes trouble on a daily basis and has actually done more damage than break a mailbox and windows. She's sent threatening letters, texts, threw her trash into Cindy's yard, and the list goes on. The fact that she belittled Cindy's son just crossed the line, though. Once Farah found out that Cindy was her husband's boss, she seemed to have a sudden change of heart. She apologized and apologized, but it was all a little too late. Apparently, he filed for a divorce and she's weeping night after night over it. It seems like her husband is going to take full custody of her children and have his mother come and help him out at the house. Poor thing. Farah now has to find her own place to live and somehow pay off all these fines that she brought on herself. I heard that she's working part-time somewhere and having a difficult time making ends meet, and a friend told me that she's complaining about having to work. I guess now she knows how incompetent she really is. Let's just hope that she learns a lesson or two. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.